Hi, my name is Brielle and welcome back to my channel. I already know this episode is gonna have people on totally different sides of the fence and just so many different opinions, so let's go ahead and get into it. So it's the night before Issa's block party and she's at home, she can't sleep, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And what does she do? I mean, what else do you do when you can't sleep? You get on Instagram. So she hops on Instagram and she sees that Nathan is up and she decides to slide in his DMs and say, "You up?" And y'all know "you up" is equivalent to "hey, big head." So Nathan is up and he tells Issa he can't sleep either and asks if she want to talk. So Issa gives him a call. And the two of them are just talking and she's telling Nathan how she's nervous about the block party the next day. She doesn't think her artists are going to show up. She's worried it's going to rain. And he's telling her, not to worry about it. And did y'all hear him slide in? I did give you the idea. Nathan, please. Y'all did talk about it, but don't try to take credit. I know it was all fun and games, but I'm like, boy, I rolled my eyes like, boy, please. Anyway, so we see that Nathan is who Issa was talking to in the first episode when she said that she doesn't mess with Molly anymore. So Molly is at home and she's trying to find something to wear to Issa's block party and complaining the whole time about it. Pulling all these clothes out saying how she doesn't know what to wear. It's a 10% chance of rain. What should she put on? A 10% chance. Now y'all know if it ain't 60 and up, then it's very unlikely that it's gonna rain. But she said she doesn't know what to wear to a block party in the middle of February. And Andrew's sitting there taking it all in like, well, let's just not go. So you're just not gonna show up to her party? You're gonna punish her by not showing up, leaving her hanging? And Molly's like, no, of course we gotta go. That's my girl, I still love her. Okay, Molly, well, you need to act like it. Act like that's your girl and that you're gonna go. So we're at the block party, finally, right? After seeing the months leading up to this block party, we're finally here. And Issa just looks so cute. She has her t-shirt on, she has her little skirt. Things just look really official. She has her boss lady hat. And Issa is in charge. She has personal assistants. And her vendors are there. Everything just looks really nice. You can tell that Issa is nervous. And Issa's kind of worried, are the people going to show up? And one girl was like, her assistant is like, girl, it just started 17 minutes ago. Issa, give it a chance that people are going to come. One of the performers she has is on stage giving this oppressive speech talking about some ladies. What she said? Because I actually put it in my notes. She said, sisters got choices. But I'm selling purses in the back. I said, girl, shameless plug. She's selling her purses, okay? Y'all, make sure you go cop one from the back of Issa's block party. But anyway, so Issa's like, get her off the stage. And when she says that, we see that, she sees a glimpse of Condola. Condola showed up to the block party. So Issa goes up to her and she's just like, hey, Condola. Condola's like, hey, Issa. And, Issa basically takes the time to thank her, thank you for helping me. But then asks, what's up? Did I do something wrong? I haven't heard from you in a while. Whatever happened? And Condola tells her, I don't know if you know. Well, one Condola says, I don't even know if I was gonna show up. And I don't know if you knew, but Lawrence and I broke up. And this just further shows that Condola is not really professional, because this is a project that y'all started on and now it's the day of and you're just gonna come in to granted you came by to check on things and make sure certain vendors showed up, but for you to be I don't know if you know, but me and Lawrence broke up, Condola, that was not a good enough reason to leave Issa hanging like that. And Issa was a little taken aback by it, but Condola does express that she's happy for her. Things look really nice. And I was just left wondering, is there still a chance for them to be friends? Now that she's not dating Lawrence, is there potential for a friendship? I guess maybe not if she just sort of left her hanging after her and Lawrence broke up. But a part of me still wants them to be friends. I can find it in my heart to forgive Condola. She was going through something. Maybe she just didn't even want to see Issa. But I would love to see a friendship spark between the two of them. So, of course, Kelly and Tiffany are there. Tiffany's husband. I be calling him Tiffany's husband, but that's because I don't know his name. And his role isn't big enough for me to really know his name. So, for now, it's Tiffany's husband. So they're there, and Kelly's at the photo booth taking her pictures. And Kelly put that leg all the way up to her ear. I said, Kelly, you go ahead, girl. And, Issa comes over, and the three of them, they're taking pictures, having fun. And Kelly's like, let's take the 3 poses. Let's do cute, sexy, and jail pose. And while they're posing, somebody gonna yell out, oh! Now, we all know the jail pose, I feel like that's the brunch crew pose. But at the same time, back in the day, in high school and stuff, we used to we were known for bending down and doing all that. But nowadays, that is the reserved for the brunch crew. So he was right. That is old, but we all love a squatting picture. I mean, come on, like that's just what you do with the girls. Anyway, so Kelly, tells Issa like, I didn't really see it then. I know what you were doing then, but like I see it now, and just says how she's happy for her. So take note that that's the second person that says something to Issa, how things have turned out nice, and it's like that's good to see that the vision Issa had has come to life, and people they have faith in her, like they're proud of her. Like that's nice. You go ahead, Issa. So we're seeing a little bit more about Tiffany and the postpartum that she's going through. And Tiffany's saying how like she left the baby at home, and she jokingly says how she should leave the baby at the grocery store. We also see that she's drinking, which lets us know that she isn't breastfeeding. And Tiffany, Tiffany just kind of going through it from what we see. Like the little glimpses that we've been seeing, the little things that she's been saying. Motherhood is really kicking Tiffany in the butt. And on the other hand, we have Kelly, who is faking a British accent because she met some guy and he thinks she from Britain and thinks she from Britain. She had this British accent, so she's telling him just to go along with it. And I'm like, Kelly, you are crazy. Issa also asked Tiffany, like, did you know that Lawrence and Condola broke up? And Tiffany's like, no, I didn't know. Like, I was at home. I was on maternity leave. And she asked her husband, and her husband's like, no, he didn't tell me. But I'm a little offended because he normally tells me everything. He normally tells me more than I need to know. So I guess now Issa's wondering, like, like, dang, he ain't say nothing about it. And she might be wondering, like, well, what did he have to talk to me about? Issa, are you getting ideas? Are you thinking what I was thinking about Lawrence? He was going to tell you when we thought he was going to tell you that he loved you? So Issa got Vince Staples to headline her block party. This is amazing. This is great. Because, last we knew she didn't have a headliner and Molly ain't want to help her. But Vince Staples is headlining, which is really good. Congrats to Issa. And look who decides to show up. Molly. And Molly's wearing this cute jumpsuit, by the way. I'm like, I need to look up. I'm going to go to Fashion Bomb Daily and see if they know where Molly got that jumpsuit from, because it was really cute. But anyway, so Molly decides to show up. And, Issa comes over and she's just like, hey, it's just really awkward. And Issa said, I don't know if you're going to show up. I didn't know that you were going to show up. And Molly's like, of course I'm going to show up. I'm your best friend. Oh, now you're best friends. And little does Issa know, she complained the whole time while she was getting ready. But, okay, Molly, y'all best friends today. But just yesterday y'all weren't. The day before y'all weren't. But okay, y'all going to be best friends right now. So we have Darius Logan performing I Just Want to Hear My Name. And over at the bar, like the VIP section, we have Amal, Issa's brother, trying to bust Kelly's chops, asking like, okay, so what part of Britain are you from? And what do you think about Brexit? And Kelly trying to keep up this fake image. She don't know. She making up stuff, making up places that probably don't even exist. And her boyfriend eating it up. So Kelly ends up asking him like, enough about my government, where I'm from, my history. Like, tell me about the United States government. Like, what's going on? And he starts saying how the United States has 2 branches of government and Bank of America is where they make all the money. I'm like, this boy is dumb as bricks. Like, Kelly, you faking this accent for a guy that don't even know basic U.S. history. His basic government facts. Bye, Kelly. So we get another little glimpse of Tiffany and, her motherhood journey when we see, I guess the babysitter calls her husband and, the baby's crying and he's like, I'll be there shortly. So he tells Tiffany, like, the baby is crying. We should probably get out of here. And Tiffany's like, no, like, I really don't want to leave. We're having a good time. Like, how about you just go? And he's like, okay, I'll leave. And Tiffany really needs a mommy break, it look like. Like, Tiffany, like, I'm not trying to go. You go handle that. Just let me stay here and just enjoy myself. And Tiffany, I don't have kids, girl, but I don't blame you. Like, have a good time. Have a good time. So over in VIP, Molly and Andrew are laying on the couch, and Issa has it set up really, really cute. They're on the couch and everything. And Andrew's just saying how things, they look really nice. They came together really nice, and how planning something like this really takes a lot out of a person. And that may be why Molly and Issa really haven't been seeing eye to eye lately. And reminds Molly that, remember when you were dodging me for work? Okay, Molly, I hope you caught that. So Issa has food trucks, flower trucks. She even has like the virtual headset games. Issa has a lot of good vendors. And I'm like, girl, you go, Issa. Like, you and Condola, mainly y'all did a really good job. So while Issa's like, walking through the block party, she run into her crazy neighbor. And the crazy neighbor there with her son. And she like, girl, where the black people? Because all I see is white people. And they probably think it's a farmer's market. I'm like, this girl always got something crazy to say. Like, it never fails with her. So after she's talking to her neighbor, she spots, guess who? Mr. Nathan himself. And did Nathan always have a bald head? I don't know, maybe he always had a bald head, but Nathan was looking good, and Nathan just has a really nice voice. And when he be talking, I just be like, Issa, give him another chance, please. But anyway, so, the two of them see each other and they hug, and Issa's like, it's just so nice to see you. Like, I haven't seen you in forever. He says the same thing. And, he just basically gives Issa her props. Like, this is dope. You did it. Like, enjoy this moment. Like, I remember when this was just a thought. And look, you finally did it. And this is high-key the first time we heard anybody acknowledge that to Issa. Like, this really just started out as an idea, and you did all of this yourself. Like, he really gives Issa her props. And I appreciate him for doing that, because that's something that Issa really needs to hear. So, okay, Nathan, you get another point in my book. So look, turns out I was right. Sir starts performing. I ain't in the mood if I ain't in my bag. I ain't in the mood if I ain't in my bag. Do anything for the cash. Y'all, if you don't listen to Sir, go ahead, pause this video, go to Apple Music, go to Tidal, go to Spotify, wherever it is that you stream your music, YouTube, and listen to some Sir, and thank me later. So Issa's just like taking a moment to soak everything in, and Molly comes over with some chicken wings. And I don't know if it was like a peace offering, but the two of them kind of share a moment. She's like, I know that you haven't eaten anything, or I assume you haven't eaten anything. Like, here's some chicken wings. And they kind of just like have this weird, they don't say anything. And if you notice, like, Molly hasn't said anything to Issa about the turnout of the block party. And I feel like that moment should have been the moment where Molly was just said, like, girl, this is really nice. Like, you really did a good thing. But, Molly doesn't say anything. Issa doesn't say anything, which, there wasn't really much for Issa to say. And Issa just ends up getting pulled off by her assistant. And I don't know if Molly was jealous, but she had some little look on her face. And I'm just like, molded. So Issa's block party is getting crowded. The black people have showed up. The people are starting to pack in. And guess who else showed up? Vince Staples. And I'm just like, yes, it's another thing that Issa does not have to worry about. He showed up. So Issa goes to, the VIP section just to make sure he has everything he needs. And, if you need anything, let me know. And her freaking assistant's nose starts bleeding. I'm like, of course something has to happen. But the assistant nose started bleeding because she's just so nervous. But, that's just good that Vince Staples has shown up. So when Issa was getting ready to leave, I guess, to tend to other things, who did she run into in the VIP tent? Her old neighbor, brick-and-back, being, him, he booling, all of that type. Y'all know what type of time he be on. So how he got into VIP, we don't know. Issa don't know, but he's there. So it was nice to see him because we like him. Bringing back. So they are turning up at the stage. The DJ ended up putting on a wobble, and everybody just get the wobble, baby, why doing a wobble? And Issa's assistant's like, girl, just go ahead. Like, just take a moment and enjoy yourself. So Issa starts doing a wobble. And we see Molly looks at Andrew. She's like, you want me to go teach you? And Andrew was like, no, do you want me to go teach you? I'm like, okay, Andrew, for knowing how to do the wobble. Like, is Andrew invited to the cookout or what? But everybody's just doing a wobble. They all have a moment. And we see that Issa and Molly make their way to each other. And they're just dancing. And I will say it was nice seeing the two of them connect like that. Like, it looked like they genuinely had a good time, like, doing that dance. And it was like, okay, like, to me, I'm thinking like, all right, things are going to turn for the better. But, girl, little do we know. So the DJ tells Issa to come up to the stage. And Issa comes up and she's like, just thanking the DJ, thanking the vendors. And, just sort of taking a moment to kind of, like, just be proud of herself. But the crowd starts chanting, like, Vince. And Issa just announced Vince. He come out, everybody started rocking, like, Vince come out, just rocking, whole crowd just going. I just was so happy for Issa, like, so the night is unwinding, and I assume the performers are done, and people are just like, just enjoying what's left, enjoying the rest of the evening. And we see Molly and Andrew, just walking and talking. And it's again more of Andrew, just acknowledging how nicely put together this whole event was. And, Molly's agreeing, like, yeah, this was really nice. Like, it was nice. And, as they're walking, Vince Staples, his manager, comes up to Andrew and just was like, daps him up, says hi, and thanks him for putting him in contact with, he doesn't say Issa, but you know, like, just thank you for setting us up, thank you for letting us know. And Molly was like, you know, like, what did he mean? Thank you for setting him up. And Andrew's like, you know, like, yeah, I connected him with Issa. And Molly was like, you know, why would you do that? Like, after, you know that we're not cool right now. And Andrew was like, well, you know, Nathan had reached out to me and it was nothing. I really just sent the email. I didn't think it would be a problem. He helped me, your best friend. See, exactly. That's why Molly should have, you know, helped Issa in the first place, because it really was nothing. It wasn't anything. But anyway, back to this. So Molly just was like, what? Like, Molly instantly gets mad, and we see her rush over to Issa and was like, girl, like, did you have Nathan go and ask my man to do you a favor? And Issa was like, yeah, I did. Like, I didn't involve you. Like, he did. I was telling him, you know, I was just talking bent to him about it, and he offered to help me. And I don't think she said that. She just was like, you know, I was telling him, you know, what was going on, and he offered to help me, and I let him help me. And Molly was just like, that was still petty, went behind my back. And the two of them just have this explosive argument. And it's crazy that things had to boil up like this, but the two of them just start ripping each other apart. Like, Molly saying, you know, that was petty, that was shady, went behind my back. You always needing favors. You use people. All you do is use people. Like, I can't believe I still hang with you. And Issa's just like, you know, you didn't help me for what? Because you had this new imaginary rule. Like, you wanted to see me fail. You couldn't help me. Like, you always have something negative to say. You the person that need to fix something about yourself. Like, you wouldn't say something about everybody else. And when things go wrong between you and Andrew, ain't gonna be nobody fault but your own. And Issa was really saying the truth. I'm like, Issa, you go, girl, hand it to her, hand it to her, hand it to her, because that's what Molly really needs to hear. And on the other hand, like, what Molly was saying must have been something she really wanted to say. And I saw in the comments of, like, the last episode, people were saying that, you know, Issa does use people. Although I don't really see it, but Molly, I guess she feels like Issa always needs a favor. And truthfully, after I saw the episode, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, the two of them are in different places in life. Like, Molly's in a position where she doesn't necessarily need someone to do something for her. Now, she's desperately wanting a relationship, but she doesn't really need people to do favors for her, because she's achieved a certain level. Like, you know, she's achieved certain goals for herself, like money. Financially, she doesn't really need too many people to do stuff for her. Whereas Issa was working for a nonprofit. Issa had quit her job, had lost her apartment at one point. So Issa was in a different situation where, yes, she was needing people to help her. That doesn't make Issa a user, a bum, or unreliable. Issa just was in a completely different space in life, and sometimes you do need help. So, I don't know, that's just me throwing in my 2 cents there. So, girl, don't be calling her no user, okay? Just because you don't need somebody to help you, but high key, you really be needing a man. But, okay, so back to this. I'm sorry, I'm going off on tangents. So, you know, they're going off, and somebody yells out, like, oh, what is that she grabbing? Is that a gun? So they started screaming. Everybody started running. It's just complete disarray. Everybody just running. And Kelly man standing there looking stupid. And Kelly's like, come on, nigga. I'm from Philly. Something like that. Y'all, I hollered out laughing when Kelly said that. She lost the accent. She was like, come on, we got to go. I said, Kelly, no, you're not from Philly. Like, it's not even that Kelly was from LA, somewhere out in California, some other city. Kelly said, I'm from Philly. That Philly accent straight turned on. Kelly was like, we got to get out of here. Like, it's dangerous. They shooting. They might got a gun. But for a second, I was also like, well, were they talking about Molly? Did Molly have a gun? Because Kelly, you knew she didn't have a gun. But anyway, you know, when one black person started running, we all started running. So I guess that was that. So it's the end. It's the aftermath of the fight. And Andrew apologized to Molly. Like, I didn't know, like, this was going to just create stuff between the two of y'all. Like, I'm sorry for that. And the petty part of me was like, Andrew, I don't know why you apologizing. But, you know, I guess the boyfriend's being a good boyfriend. He's being supportive. You know, okay, cool, fine. And meanwhile, we see Issa over there, and Issa just wants to be left alone. Like, think about it. Like, her block party was going so well, and her and Molly get into it. And the whole time, Issa was just like, Molly, let's not do this. Like, I don't have the time. I shouldn't be doing this right now. But I guess, you know, she kind of let Molly get to her a little bit. And, you know, that just resulted in all this disarray, craziness, chaos. And Issa's just like, I just want to be left alone. And she even told Nathan, like, I'm fine. Just let me go. And the episode just sort of ends with just kind of Issa like walking off, and she just kind of standing there, and she reads a sign that says good vibes only. And I guess she's kind of like thinking like it definitely wasn't all good vibes. This night didn't end on a good vibe. And what happened after that? It started raining. I was like, oh, Issa. And then the Sir music came on. Well, you can save me from myself. Ooh, y'all, I'm telling you, please. And that, if y'all didn't pause and download the music now, pause it right now and go download you some Sir. Let me tell y'all my opinion. You know, like, nobody asked for it, but I'm about to tell y'all. I feel like Issa was not wrong, only because like that genuinely was a conversation, like a free-flowing conversation. She was talking to Nathan and just saying like, me and Molly don't mess with, this is just what I assumed. They were talking and she's telling Nathan like, me and Molly don't mess with each other anymore. And he probably was like, you know, why? And she probably said, you know, I want her to do me this favor. She wouldn't do it. And Nathan was like, well, do you want me to reach out to him? Like, it should be no problem. I can ask him. And boom, bada bing, bada boom. Like, she didn't really go behind Molly's back. I think it would have been going behind Molly's back if she personally went to Andrew after they had that conversation and asked him. But I think since Issa talked to Nathan, and since that's Nathan's roommate, she wasn't wrong. Do I understand why Molly would feel some kind of way? I guess just because understanding how women are, and like we get so possessive with our men sometimes. We don't want nobody to do, like, we don't be wanting like our friends or just people that have nothing to do with our boyfriends. So I see why she would feel some kind of way. Do I think she completely overreacted? Yes, I think she just reacted with emotion and just was like in a height of the moment, wouldn't have pulled Issa up. But I definitely think she was wrong, but I think she just sort of like reacted in the moment. I don't think Issa was like, I really don't. Like it went well, it worked out. What was really the issue? Because if he did not help Issa and Issa didn't have Vince Staples, like how would Molly have felt? Like, would she have felt good that she didn't have a headliner? Like, what was Molly's goal of not helping Issa? Like, what was the issue, especially after seeing things turned out well? What was really the big deal? I don't know. You guys drop down in the comments. Tell me, what do you think? Was Issa right? Was Molly right? Do you think these two will be friends again? And sidebar, if you guys look at the after party, Issa hairstyles have been cute. But anyway, so drop down in the comments. Tell me what you guys think. Thank you for tuning into my review of episode 5. Number 5, yeah. 5 more to go, guys. This has been really fun. I will see everyone in the next video. Bye.